Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing alright. Had to get up at the butt crack of dawn this morning and run into work, which is always a pleasant thing to do when you're sleeping. But hey, it's part of the job. The other guy that does a lot of the maintenance work um, was sick for a little while, and I think he's supposed to be coming back maybe this next week, at least part time. And in the meantime, I've been taking up the reins and taking care of a lot of the other stuff that need to be done that he normally does, and that's what it was this morning. A piece of equipment went down. I had to run to Troy, grab the spare, and then take it to Sydney, and came back home. Anyway, I'm here. It's another time for another unboxing. I've got my Sci-Fi Block. Just came today. So this is the first, not just my first Sci-Fi Block. Well, technically it is my first Sci-Fi Block too, because it's everybody's first Sci-Fi Block. It's the first Sci-Fi Block that they're doing. And from what I understand, they only were doing up so many of these. Um, so not only is the stuff in here possibly exclusive, but it may be even more limited because they only made they only made so many of these boxes. Um, Unlike a lot of the other um, subscriptions and stuff that you can get from whether it's Nerd Block or Box of Dread or Geek Fuel, all these different ones. They'll make as many boxes as they need to for the subscribers, but for this first Sci-Fi Block, they were only making so many of the boxes. So the first 300 or 500, whatever, I don't remember how many it was, that signed up for it were the ones that would get it. Everybody else, anybody else that signed up after the date or after those were gone, then they wouldn't get their first box, I'm assuming, until technically next month would be their first one, which I'm thinking is where the actual subscription part will start for anybody that wants to get it. So it should be interesting. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have something from Star Wars in it, and Doctor Who. A lot of people are kind of on the fence about Doctor Who. There's people that like it. There's people that hate it. And I guess you do have that small percentage of people that they like it, but depending on who is in the role at the time, what season it is and what incarnation of Doctor Who it is. For those of you who don't know, that Doctor Who is basically it's kind of I want to say almost kind of like a cheeky sci-fi series. Um, it's got kind of a comedic flair to it. I mean, it's not meant to be a comedy, but it does have that kind of comedy feel to it. And the main character, of Doctor Who, or who the series is basically based on, is the way they get away with having so many seasons of it and different actors playing that role is that it's a recurring thing. It's almost like a what do you call it? I don't say like a candle, but something that's passed from one person to the next. And they take up the role, or they fill in that position of being the doctor. Outside of that, I mean, if you want to watch, I mean, it's every episode's different. I mean, it does have kind of a recurring story that keeps going. Like most series do, they reflect back on stuff. So it does have a recurring story, or a story that goes from episode to episode. But each episode really has a lot of different stuff in it. It's not a bad series. I mean, I like it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Uh, as far as sci-fi, my favorite would have to be the X-Files, and closely behind that would have to be Firefly. and the original Twilight Zone. And I like Stargate SG-1. It was pretty good. I mean, plus it had Amanda Tapping in it. I mean, yeah, freaking gorgeous. You know, her, Gillian Anderson, the X-Files. Huh, oh my god. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, let's go. Okay, this, I feel like a, what is that? This feels like a shirt. So we'll look at that first. Alright. Here's a Back to the Future shirt. It says Biff's Pitbull Hoverboards. That's pretty cool. If you've watched, I mean, I would guess pretty much everybody on the face of the planet has seen at least one of the Back to the Future movies. But if you've seen the second Back to the Future movie, you would have seen the in the hoverboard chase scene. Um, you know, Biff pulls out this massive. It almost looks like a guitar case that he's carrying, but it's like a hard case, and he pulls out this massively ramped up hoverboard. So that's what that's based on, is the Pitbull version of the hoverboard. Next, feels like a what do they call them? Scoogies or whatever the hell it's for pop cans. Yep. Well, they just call it a can cooler. I guess I was going with the scientific name of it, but yeah. There's a Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Star Wars with that new, like, weird looking land speeder on it. That's pretty cool. I can always use these because I drink most of most of the stuff I drink is it's either in bottles or cans. You know, my Mountain Dews in cans, and Budweiser or Corona, and sometimes in bottles, and they all fit in this rather well. So I'll have to make use of that. Plus, it's really good because then you don't get, like, water and crap all over you. You should still use a coaster though, especially if you're putting it on, a decent furniture that you don't want to get screwed up or whatever. And next we've got, whoa! I guess I could show you guys right now. Nice. Kind of small. Have to get another frame. This one's gonna be tiny, but there we go. Signed picture from Claudia Wells, and it's got the little certificate with it. Says the actual signing of this item was in part witnessed by a member of Iconic International Management. What does it mean, in part witnessed? They have like one eye closed. It kind of weird. I guess they probably word it that way just to get away from any possible frivolous lawsuits if somebody wants to make the claim, oh, well, this isn't genuine. Then they can say, well, yeah, well, we partly witnessed it. Okay, there were two of us there, only one of us was watching though. Anyway, I take their word for it. Most of these, I mean, there are some companies out there whose specialty is, for lack of a better term, fraudulent signatures. I have heard of this company, though, and they're on the up and up. I would say, if you're ever going to look at buying signed merchandise, really take stock in looking around a little bit, try to go to a reputable company. You know, look, read their about page. You know, read up on them. If you can find like reviews or anything like that, you know, check the Better Business Bureau. You know, all that stuff, because a lot of times, I mean, especially if you're going to get a good signature, you might put out a little bit of money for it, and you don't want to buy something and then a couple of years down the road have somebody say, well, that's not even their signature. You know, and you know, you basically shelled out, you know, anywhere from 50 to a few $100 for a signature that some no name just signed off on. So make sure you do your homework first. And a good rule of thumb is actually buy from a company, you know, somebody that actually deals in merchandise rather than just buying it from somebody off of, you know, on auction sites or somebody, you know, somebody that's just selling something. You know, unless they can actually prove that they in fact got it from a reputable company, then, you know. Next, Star Wars Mad Libs, world's greatest word game. Includes stories from all 6 Star Wars films. So obviously not, that would be including the new one, The Force Awakens. You know, I think I remember actually like doing something like this when I was younger. I'm assuming these have probably been around, or something like this has been around for a while. Because I want to say I remember like doing stuff like this, uh, like in the car, like on trips and stuff. Because you know, when I was younger, me and my brother and my parents. You know, obviously, my parents like me and my brother got in a car and drove ourselves when we were, you know, 9, 10 years old. Although, you never know. Between me and my brother Mark, we did some crazy shit. Just between riding BMX and freestyle and skateboarding, and yeah, we lived dangerously a little bit. We both had our share of injuries over the years. But yeah, anyhow, we used to always take trips down to Florida. I had an uncle that lived down in Sebring, Florida, and we used to drive it. And I could have swore we used to do something like this on the way down, past time, just so we, you know, irritate the hell out of mom and dad. But it's pretty cool. I don't know whether I'll actually do anything with it. I might just keep it, you know, make kind of, hey, it's got Star Wars on it, kind of like a collectible, I guess. So it's not bad, not bad. See what else we got. All right, last thing. Huh, cool. I think it's the last thing. There might be something else in there. There is BB-8, pop vinyl from the new Star Wars. Doesn't look like it's like an actual, or at least it don't say that it's like an exclusive. So I would guess, you know, you can probably go out and either on the Funko website or Amazon or some other place that sells Funko vinyls, you could probably end up getting this one. There they show all the other ones that they got from that series. You've got Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, BB-8 obviously is the one I got. Poe Dameron, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Captain Phasma, First Order Stormtrooper, First Order Snowtrooper, and the First Order Flame Trooper. Flame Trooper? Holy! That's something new. That'd be pretty cool. Stormtroopers with flamethrowers. What will they think of next? Alright. Oh, wait. So, there's something else in here. Here's a little, this is a Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor. This is a pocket pop keychain. Yeah, that'll be staying in the box. Anybody that's watched other videos knows I believe I at one time mentioned keychains before because I got a RoboCop keychain in one of my Z boxes, I believe it was, and I said at that time, and I'll reinstate it here. I don't do well with keychains. They break. I don't care. They can be made out of indestructible alien material, and I would find some way to fuck it up. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't follow Doctor Who enough because I mean they don't show. I mean, I don't have cable, so I don't get like BBC channel. And I've noticed here lately, like PBS. PBS used to show quite a few different PBS, or not PBS, but BBC series on PBS. And they don't seem to be doing that as much. I know they show like Downton Abbey, and there's a couple of like sitcoms that I think are like One Foot in the Grave, and Last of I think there's one. There's a like comedy one on now. I think I want to say it's called like Last of the Summer's Wine or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but they used to show like a lot of series, including Doctor Who. And once in a while it might still come up on PBS, but it's not like you can go on and watch even like it'd be nice if they would have like episodes of it. Have like the new episodes of Doctor Who on like PBS a few weeks or maybe even a month after it actually airs. Yeah. But I do remember I watched the one series of Doctor Who. I'm thinking it was the first one. I mean, I don't know how long it's been on, so maybe it wasn't the first one, but I just remember it had the female character's name was Rose, nice looking blonde. Yeah. So again, for all you Doctor Who fanatics out there, I apologize. I don't, like I said, I don't have cable, so it's kind of hard for me to follow up on. There's a lot of series that I would love to be able to watch, but I'm not going to pay $80 or $90 a month for freaking cable or dish or whatever just to watch those few shows. It'd make more sense to just wait and just over time buy them on DVD, and then I can watch them again and again and again. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. We've got sweet. This is a preview of next month's Sci-Fi Block, and it is going to have Star Wars, a Star Trek exclusive, and an item from Firefly. So, next month will be very good. Nice box. Keep that. Wrap something in that. People think they're getting a Sci-Fi Block for Christmas. No, you're not. And then the last thing we have is, I love how they include these little cards with them that basically tells you everything. It says, whoa, it's the first ever Sci-Fi Block. Actually, she said, whoa, it's the first ever Sci-Fi Block. And you opened it. Yeah, no shit. I mean, what are you going to do? Sit there and just leave the box sitting there? Like a time capsule? Wait a few years and then open it up? Well, it's a good thing you did. Its cardboard walls could barely contain all this awesomeness. Awesome. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens Funko Pop Vinyl. Return to a galaxy far, far away to celebrate the release of the first new Star Wars movie in over a decade with one of these amazing Funko Pop vinyl collectibles. So it looks as though they had those different ones that they put in different boxes, so you get different people can get different ones. And on the other side, looks like they had two different T-shirts. I don't think this one's got anything on the back. No. Yeah, so two different T-shirts. The other one, I don't know if you can really see that. Almost looks like it has Marty, like in Back to the Future when he first showed up in the past, in the barn, and he got out and he had like almost like a radioactive. Well, it was a radioactive suit because that's what they were putting in the flux capacitor to begin with was radioactive isotope. So he had that on, and then shot started firing, and he had to jump in and take off, and boom, back into like 1940 something. Anyway, that looks like the little suit that he was wearing, and then of course he's got a hoverboard. But it says Biff's Pit Bull hoverboards or hoverboards off the ground. These classic skater tees have a Back to the Future twist. You get one of these designs based on which timeline you've ended up in. Check shirtpunch.com for more great tees at just $10 each. So if you want to get a shirt like that, go to shirtpunch.com. 10 fucking bucks. It's yours. Probably shipping too. So 14, 15 bucks. That's not bad for a t-shirt. Claudia Wells autograph. Claudia Wells played Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future, and she has graciously personally signed this exclusive Sci-Fi Block print just for you. Just for me. I didn't realize she knew me. Star Wars Mad Libs. The adventure and excitement of Star Wars meets the absurdity of Mad Libs. Yeah, see, I knew it. It just sounds real familiar. When you need a rest from your lightsaber battles while waiting in line for Episode 7, you can relax and laugh with this book. Doctor Who Keychain. We trust our lives in the hands of the Doctor, so you know we're okay trusting our keys with him. Depending on several space-time variables, your keys will be the companion of either the 11th or 12th Doctor. And Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens can cozy, or koozie. I guess it's pronounced cozy. There's only one O in it. Put the Force to work for you in keeping your go-to beverage nice and cold. As cold as a Sith's heart. With this official The Force Awakens can cozy can holder. Okay, that's it. That's first Sci-Fi Block. I have to say I'm rather impressed, and of course, I love science fiction. It's right up there with horror. Horror edges it out just a little bit, but yeah, I definitely like sci-fi, and I think I like them so much. It's not because they're so fantastical and a lot of times over the top and stuff, but it's stuff that people you think about. When it comes to, I love action movies too, but when it comes to action movies or obviously dramas and you know even comedies and stuff, a lot of times they're more grounded in reality, even though obviously in action movies there's some stuff that obviously don't happen. Like you can't have two guys sitting there just beating the living crap out of each other, and neither one of them, they keep getting up for more. That's not gonna happen. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. You can be an absolute UFC fighter, but if you take massive hits to the cranium with bare knuckles, you're probably gonna get hurt a little bit. Now, I'm not saying they're not tough guys. MMA guys are fucking badasses. I know that. But I'm just saying, human anatomy does not allow you to get pummeled in the head with bare knuckles and not have anything happen like it does in action movies. At the very least, you're going to fall down. And of course, explosions and all that stuff is, obviously over the top for the movies, but overall, they're still based on, where sci-fi and horror is really outside the realm of reality. So I think that's why I like. Plus, they're kind of underrated. They both come a long way these days, but even still, when it comes to Emmys, when it comes to Oscars, There have been few and far between where you can really label something as true sci-fi or horror that's really got noticed like that. I mean, there are, but not like the other genres, the more down to earth genres. So I always thought it was a little biased. Um, I like to kind of think outside the box, and maybe that's another reason why I like horror and sci-fi so much, because it's not the normal. It's not the normal stuff you find on TV. It does have a downside though, because there ain't very often when those endure, especially on broadcast TV. Because the ratings aren't on par with all these other mainstream TV series, then they usually get cut or they get regulated to just being in syndication for some off channel. Um, but anyway, I could go on and on about TV series that I think got cut long before they should have been. Case in point, Joss Whedon's Firefly. Again, I know there's some people that don't like it. I don't know what's wrong with them. I've asked myself that plenty of times. I know that one argument that somebody had made to me wasn't her, but it was actually her boyfriend, I guess, was saying something that he doesn't like because he felt it kind of infringes on Han Solo's character from Star Wars, and that Han Solo was the original like space pirate, and I mean, I guess I could see that a little bit, but to me, Harrison Ford's Han Solo, in comparison to you know, the Firefly, Star Wars and Firefly, to me, it's like two completely different things. I know they're still kind of in the same vein of characters, supposed to be smugglers and stuff, but I think that, the way they're played, it's just they're a lot different. So I don't really, can't really stand behind that argument that much. But to each their own. Some people like it, some people don't. That's fine. Anyway, moving on. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, well, sorry. Wasted, 27 minutes of your time. Just know that, hey, if you didn't like it, probably want to watch the next one. Don't know what the next one will be. Probably Box of Dread. So, enjoy your day. Have a good weekend. We all know it goes way too damn fast. Be back to the grind on Monday. Take it easy.